Puppetine from the Geeky Pup Show here on the Geeky Pup Show today for... One second. Spider-Man!
Yes!
There we go. That's what I expected. Yes, we are reading issue 47 today. We already did, I believe, 48. So make sure to check that out later. But let's go ahead, step back, read this fantastic issue with Kraven the Hunter. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and introduce our cast. To my side, it's the Kraven the Froggy himself. It is Froggy!
Hello, it's me.
If we look right over there, we can see the trustiest of sidekicks of all. It is Trusty Sidekick.
We meet again, Puppetine.
I don't know. I don't have a good British accent to follow that up. So there we go. Of course, Sean Connery it's more Scottish. So anyway, down there you can see Marania with her Christmas tree still up.
Yeah,
Wow, I commend you, ma'am. That is
Hey.
commitment right there.
Hey, Aaron, she's a beautiful woman. You know that?
Well, thank you. Good
Hey, we
evening,
still have snowflake lights up on our house, so
Nice.
I'm not judging.
I ain't talking about your kids. Snowflakes.
I still have these red curtains up, but
Anything but.
Just be glad that he's not one of them.
Anyway, if we look right down here, you can see him. He's right there. It is Spider Zack.
It's me. It's a spider, Zach.
Well, now he's fired.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause you didn't bring my pizza yet.
Oh,
No.
Anyway, and if you look, it's our fearless narrator, Mr. Eric Breen, and you would have to be fearless to be here.
Agreed.
That's true.
Fearless or stupid?
I answer to both.
I'm going to go ahead and
No.
turn off my camera now because for this reading, of
The
course,
dots are winning.
we're going to go ahead and look. The Amazing Spider-Man, would you believe, Kraven the Hunter?
I would find that very difficult to believe.
Especially with all those little Spider-Men hopping around him.
Yeah.
They're my kids. You know.
Five Zacks, 5 Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
There you go.
This is the first comic book that I can truly identify with because there's a whole bunch of clones of me running around. Representation matters.
Oh God,
Puppetine.
he's like Kunstbugger. No.
Worry not, frantic one. If this tantalizing tableau makes you feel as though you've just middle of a movie, that's the whole idea. It's supposed to arouse your interest, excite your curiosity, and titillate your thirst for the unexpected. However, now that we got you to read this far, we'd better admit that it's a flashback scene showing an incident that occurred just a few months ago while the Green Goblin was still flying high. So, let's join the party and see what's shaking, sweetie.
Excelsior.
It was worth it just to hear Eric say that.
Spider-Man thinks Kraven is fighting him just for the sheer love of battle. But little does the web-slinging fool realize that the Green Goblin, that's me, has promised to pay the hunter $20,000 for the death of Spider-Man!
Yes.
He's the Green Goblin? What?
That's the best you can do, yes, man. The victory is as good as mine. And I no paybacks on $20,000.
In the Hands of the Hunter, a swinging super special Spidey saga by Stan Lee and John Romita, abetted and lettered by Sam Rosen.
When there's a Rosen in there, you gotta read it.
He's gonna get these hands.
I did. Even as they fought, Kraven was so obsessed with the thought of the 20,000 he had been promised that he could barely concentrate on the matter at hand.
He's been watching. He sees me winning. The money is good as mine.
He likes to watch.
So do I, but not right now. But now Spider-Man, he is raising himself up. I didn't think he had the strength
He's raising
That-
himself.
or the manhood.
That 20,000 is after taxes, yes?
Then, moments later,
I was too careless. By diverting my attention, he managed to escape me. But I have proven that I am his master. And next time round will be my silence.
you'll have to wake him up then.
Yeah. And when the Green Goblin's messenger meets me tonight, I demand the first half of my payment of my money.
And so,
The Goblin saw me battle Spider-Man. He saw so much stronger than I was, how much more skillful. And now, my first payment.
There will be only one payment, the full amount, but not until Spider-Man has been completely destroyed. Those are the Green Goblin's final instructions.
What? Does the Goblin think he can dictate terms to Kraven?
Look, don't take it out on me, fella. I'm just his go-between. If you have any gripes, tell them to my boss.
I'll do more than tell him. After Spider-Man! Oh,
Yes.
the Green Goblin will be my next victim. Get out!
You're
Let me
Listen.
dies.
you're living in a fool's paradise, chum. Nobody can beat the goblin.
Yes, Mr. Bree.
I am not a mind reader. I need to see it first. But no
If we
sooner
can-
that the unknown emissary depart than
How easy for the greatest hunter of all to silently follow the Goblin's hireling. Sooner or later, he'll contact the Goblin, and when he does, Kraven will have his money and his revenge.
nefarious note. In case you don't remember this stirring sequence from Ish 15 or 34, Kraven's last two appearances, it's because we didn't show it. After all, we can't blow the whole bit in every yarn. Sneaky Stan.
Or the Lord.
But as the long, uneventful evening wore on,
No sign of the Goblin. He must not be meeting him tonight. But at least I learned that the mouthpiece is Norman Osborn, the rich chemical manufacturer. He's nice hair. The Goblin must be brighter or bigger than I thought. To have a millionaire like him serving is funky.
too bad Kraven never read Ish 40 like we did, or he'd know that Osborn himself was the Goblin. Right, Tiger? You know who.
It's not my fault I was chasing Spider-Man. There was no issues left.
Finally, you all remember Kraven's last fight with old Webhead. As luck would have it, the result was somewhat different from the way he had planned.
In case you haven't guessed, Kraven, the hunt is over.
After he takes this phone call.
And so, our fearless flashback comes to an end as Kraven, unaided and unpaid by the mysterious Green Goblin, reluctantly accepts the hospitality of a decorator-approved state prison.
It's Kraven, all right. All gift wrapped and ready for mailing.
He beat me by trick, only because I was careless.
Having had many long, lonely months of confinement in which to regret his carelessness, we now pick up the threads of our tangled tale here in the present, after our bestial baddie has paid what is loosely referred to as his debt to society.
Spider-Man is the only living being who's ever defeated me. I'll never rest until I have totally and completely destroyed him. But first,
Get some longer pants, man. Jeez. Just steal those from some middle-aged mom's gym class.
Yeah,
Capris were
are so
in the
comfortable.
mid-60s.
I take it back. First, I killed the people in the panel, then killed Spider-Man.
They just
Before-
breathe. They breathe.
Before that, I'll track down the Green Goblin. He owes me something for the time I spent in jail. Never pick up soap again.
Then, effortlessly breaking into the morgue room of the Daily Bugle, Kraven tears through the back issues until he finds
I'm too late. He's dead. It's Spider-Man.
yes,
I haven't-
Nah.
Bah. See, even Kraven knows. Get back issues, kids.
Once again, the masked web-slinging weasel has spoiled my plans. And this time you'll pay for it. And you'll pay in full. But first, I need the money. And I know just where to get it.
Batang.
Not a batang. Okay. Norman Osborn, the Goblin's flunky. You'll pay me a price or die.
But I'm just a scientist.
Something of a scientist.
Something of a scientist. Myself.
I heard you like stabby things. No need to travel all the way to Winchester House. Osborn has his office right here in city somewhere. And it won't take Kraven the Hunter too long to find it.
blah blah blah.
Morbius? What are you doing? You were in
But-
last night's issue.
The web of fate has many strands. Even while the super powerful jungle bred stalker nears his objective, we turn our attention to another scene.
It's so wonderful moving in with you, Anna. And especially now that I know Peter is settled in his own apartment with that nice Harry Osborn boy.
She says the full name too.
Yes, she does.
Slam.
There'd be so much for us to do, May dear. It was so lonely for me since Mary Jane moved away. Ah, that was the front door. Hi, pretty people. I thought you might need a hand with your unpacking. If so, have no fear. MJ is here. Mary Jane, how sweet of you to drop by to help. If only my Peter could be so happy-go-lucky. Don't worry about Petey, Mrs. Parker. He's a real swinger. A regular full-time pussycat.
You
Yeah,
had no
yes.
idea.
Wow. Mary Jane, you might help us by starting to move those, Mary Jane, or at least stay out of the way so we don't trip over you. Speaking of Peter, I think go forward and see how he is. Tell him
Big
not to
girl
forget,
me.
yes, tell him not to forget we're making the scene tonight.
Ooh,
Oh, nice. It's so
Kraven will watch.
how nice. It's so rare to find a young lady who's interested in handicrafts.
Oh.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can confirm.
Seconds later, a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Peter Parker says,
Oh, you sound great, Aunt May. And I hear some rock and roll in the background. I had a hunch that you and Mrs. Watson were really with it.
"Ring."
Ring.
I'm already on the phone. Oh, the door.
Man shark.
The doorbell. I'll get it, Pete.
Should someone that dense be holding a razor?
Why is he even holding one? Does he actually need to shave? He hasn't hit puberty yet. What's that? Oh, the music is Mary Jane's. Ah, she's playing records. Huh? What did you say? Aunt May, for the zillionth time, the word is pussycat, not pussy willow.
Or pushy galore.
Damn you, Trebek.
I'll bet she's putting you on, son. Your aunt's probably hipper than you.
She might have newer hips, but I don't know about hipper.
Who is it?
Who is it, Dad?
Wow.
No, not you, Aunt May. No, I was talking to Harry Osborn.
He's true. Harry is his daddy. He's swinging eye.
I'd better see who's at the door. I'd hate to keep Sophia Loren waiting. Or would you believe Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo is more a possibility.
Mr. Green Jeans.
Would you believe the DoorDash guy with a pizza?
Dad! Gosh, what a surprise. You're a real early bird.
Hello, son. I came to see how you and your new roommate are getting along.
I'm glad. I've been waiting. I've been wanting you to meet old Pete. Come on in. There he is, Dad. He's not much to look at, but at least he doesn't snore.
Ah, well, it's good to meet you, my boy. I've heard some fine things about you. You're attending ESU on a science scholarship, aren't you?
Yes, I am, sir.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yes!
Win! It's a good thing for all of us that he doesn't remember that we did meet before when he battled Spider-Man in the guise of the Green Goblin.
He's role playing.
Whoever thought that we'd one day be shaking hands after he returned to normal with no memory of what had happened. I've been wanting to thank you for the offer Harry said you made me to work for your company sometime.
It still goes, Parker. I can always use a bright science major in my business. Just give Harry the word when you're ready. I've got to run now, son. I know I just got here, but I've got to go. I've a business appointment on the coast, and my plane leaves within the hour. That's why I dropped by so early. I wanted to just say so long.
Have a good trip, Dad.
And the cat's in the cradle with the... Oh, they sure hit... They sure hit it off well, now that the Green Goblin is a thing of the past. Those matching haircuts.
Or am I? No.
But sometimes the past has a way of reappearing when you least expect it.
I want to see man with funny red hair. Oh, I mean Norman Osborn. Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid that's impossible. He'll be out of town for the rest of the week.
Out of town.
Yes, sir. May I ask who's calling? Sir, is anything wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Wow.
You remind him of his mother.
The mother is a beautiful woman. She reminds me so much of you.
Hashtag me too applies to Russian hunters.
Out of town, eh? Must have heard I had returned. Well, you can tell him it won't work. He can't hide from me forever.
Slam!
Running into the next room won't do you any good, sweet cheeks. Tell him Kraven will be back. Do you hear? Kraven will be back. Back, I say.
Are you done?
No. But you may continue. Nice man.
Thank you. Minutes later, back at the hunter's hidden lair, where he apparently has no coat rack.
Yeah, I don't need one. I throw things on the ground all the time, like people. No matter how many obstacles are thrown in my way, this time, Kraven will not fail. Spider-Man!
Yes.
Mask
Ah.
will not. Oh, Spider-Man's mask will yet adorn my trophy room. Kraven never makes the same mistakes twice.
Yet.
My big nose.
Sure he doesn't.
Look at my nipple blasters. Nothing not the perky. I was to be the last time because Superman's great speed. But I've had months to develop my nipple blasters. His new weapon, a double-barreled ray, which can magnetize his muscular Electrolytes? A Cobra quick attack like this, and his accursed spider speed will be gone.
It was
Be
attack.
stunned by my nipples. And
Machine gun jumblies, baby. How'd I miss that?
And then without his speed, he'll be helpless before my far greater strength and my matchless animal prowess. I shall pounce in him.
But we know you'd never forgive us if we didn't let you see what's cooking at old Empire State U right now. So let's leave Kraven for a moment while we feast our eyes on Gwen Stacy and company.
Don't worry, Gwen. If you're tossing the party, we'll be there.
That's fine, boys. After all, we're doing it for Flash. We want him to get a great send-off into the army.
Who's gonna take his place with you, doll?
Yeah, that.
Looks like I'm up for grabs, lads.
That'll be the day.
When you make me cry, yes. Who are you kidding, Gwen? You never dug Flash in the first place. Why won't you admit that I'm the secret love of your life?
Because it wouldn't be a secret any longer if I did, Harry.
Ooh, touche.
Behave, baby.
Say, has anyone ever told you that you get prettier every day?
Only my mirror, Mr. Parker. Whoops, sorry. I've been listening to Mary Jane too long. Oh, speaking of Mary Jane, if you'd like to bring her to the party, you may. Things should really be swinging about 8, especially with her there.
It's a swingers party. Americans do
Oh,
this.
yikes. Thanks, Gwen. I'm sure MJ would get a big kick out of it. Gwen didn't even give me a chance to ask if she'd... what's the use? To her, I'm just another guy named Pete.
Will you be ringing a date, Harry?
With you there, doll? That would be like bringing a Chevy to General Motors.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a real ball. The time has come to fill my little blonde head with learning.
Oh, you're right. We better move. I'm doing the lab.
I just wanted to point out that General Motors sucks compared to Chevy.
Say, Gwen, how about a soda after class while we compare some notes on English Lit? I'm afraid I've gotten a little rusty.
Oh, brother. He walks away with top honors in every class and he's rusty? So what does that make a guy like me? Come to think of it, don't answer that.
What do you think, Gwen? I have better hair.
And no teeth.
Sorry, Pete. I'll be busy getting things ready for Flash's party. I'm sure Mary Jane can help you brush up on your notes.
Oh, yeah, sure, Gwen. No sweat. See you later.
He's lowering the call.
Face
Whoa.
it, Parker. I don't need those emo thoughts anyway. I'm down on myself too much as it is.
Are you done?
Yes, sir.
A few hours later, as soon as classes are through, a dramatic figure turns to web swinging as he zooms across town.
I almost forgot. I have to reach the Bugle. I still have those photos of the Shocker to sell, and I better do it while there's still news.
See, old villains never die. We always mention them in the following ish. Sentimental Stan.
3, 2, 1.
And now that we've proven that Jazzy Johnny still remembers how to draw Spidey,
There's Ned and Betty. I'm glad I changed up on the roof fast enough to catch them before they leave. They might get a charge out of coming to Flash's party also.
Where are you two going? You're supposed to work till noon around here.
I get it. But it is noon, Mr. Jameson.
Bah! I never could stand clock watchers.
It's also Christmas too, you jerk.
Bah humbug!
Oh, but Mr.
Ah.
Scrooge.
Sounds like JJJ is in his usual Monday morning mood.
Thanks for remembering the third J. That's all I have.
Say there, group. Hold up a second, huh?
It's Peter Parker. Where you been keeping yourself these days, fella?
Have you forgotten, Ned? Peter is attending ESU. How have you been, Peter? How are classes?
Everything copacetic. Everything copacetic.
Copacetic.
Everything. I think there's.
They're missing an S.
They're missing an S. Everything's copacetic, Betty. Hey, do you remember Flash Thompson?
That's
That's Betty.
Of course I do.
Yes, you star quarterback.
Not anymore. He's going into the army, and then he's going to get his legs amputated and become an anti-hero. And we're throwing a party for him tonight.
Say no more, say no more. We wouldn't miss it for the world.
Did she put up a fight?
Well, now that that's out of the way. Hey, Mr. Jameson, I've got some great picks for you.
Shut up!
But it's Christmas.
Little Timmy needs a new wheelchair.
Well, can't you see I'm on the phone? No, I'm not yelling at you. That pin-headed Peter Parker just came in.
Okay, then. This pinhead will just sell his picks to the Globe.
Wait, stay here. Can't you take a joke?
I'm looking at your face, ain't I?
Look, Dad. Sounds as though you're busy. Tell Parker hello from me, and I'll talk to you later on. I just wanted you to know that everything's okay. You're here in Washington, and I'll be joining Space Team again soon. That's my boy.
That'll go over great. That's my boy. Remember, if any of the brass gets in your way, tell him you're J. Jonah Jameson's son.
Thanks for remembering the J, Dad.
Always.
We're having enough trouble now, Dad, without starting another war.
Timely reference.
Oh!
You're a
Yikes.
great little kidder, Johnny boy. But you've been a colonel long enough. I want my boy to be a general, you hear? Us Jamesons are born winners. Now, what do you mean barging into my office that way, and?
I mean to sell you these pictures of the Shocker. That's what.
You got pics of the Shocker? Well, why did you say so? That's stop the presses stuff. That's hang up on my phone stuff. Let me have them.
Well, where's the money?
Do you think I'd cheat you?
Every chance you'd get, you chimney.
Rude.
But why dwell on high finance when we can switch to Kraven the Hunter?
Mr. Breen would rather us stay.
Yeah, there's Osborn's mansion. Now I see if he's really out of town, or if he's trying to hide from me. I want Osborn! Where is he?
Oh no, the door.
Kraven, the hunter. The master is not here, sir. He is on a business trip, out of town.
Thank you, Jarvis. Hey, don't try to lie to me. I can stop a charging bull elephant in his tracks with my own strength. I can defeat a full-grown person on the panel who laughs too much. In bare-handled combat, nobody lies to Kraven.
It is the truth, sir. He's not here. See for yourself.
I don't have to see. My only animal sense tells me you're too frightened to lie. Otherwise, I subject you to my nipple lasers.
Your Kraven tingle?
The Kraven tinkle.
He's got some back time, doesn't he?
What?
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 He's got to come back sometime, doesn't he? Get it right!
I said it right the first time. You don't listen.
Scratch.
Those Americans. When he does return, you give him a message. You tell him. Kraven was
Kilroy
here.
was here.
He's like a wild beast, but more powerful by far. I must contact the master. Mr. Osborne must be warned.
Just forgive us this one additional interruption. No. You see, Peter Parker goes to so few parties. We just don't want to miss a minute of this one.
Let's face it, Pete. We must be doing something right. Between my Gwen and your Mary Jane, we've really got it made.
It figures, son. We're strictly from Wild City. Oh, what's with me? Why do we get all shook up whenever I hear him call her his Gwen? And why am I saying we're from Wild City?
Check the calendar. Attention, Spider Files. In case you're wondering why Spider-Man is strictly from Wowsville, why we're making with all the Moon June jazz when we've got a cat like Kraven just waiting to be unleashed. Don't lose your cool, sweetie. It's all gonna dovetail together and turn into a symphony of action. Or anyway, that's the way we planned it. Smiley.
Nah, this is good reading.
Ah. Good thing you got this boat, Harry. We'd never be able to pick up both.
You forgot the
both.
last name.
Hey, I found that
Oh,
S.
again.
It's a car.
I forgot that. I have found that S that was missing.
You forgot the last name.
Parker, with all the hubcaps you steal, you should know what a car looks like.
Start over. You forgot the last name when you addressed Harry.
We'd never be able. Oh, that's right. Good thing you've got this boat, Harry Osborn. We'd never be able to pick up both gals on my cycle. Although, it might be fun to try.
I may have to trade this car in soon. It needs a wash. Look, there's Gwen.
You traded in because it gets dirty? Wow, you're rich.
Ah, my two gallant knights on their speeding steed.
Gwen, if I had known you'd look like that, I'd have gotten here sooner.
Well, what did you expect me to look like, Yogi Bear?
Definitely not like a hooker.
Hey, boo boo. If you think it's too chilly, we can put the top up.
Bite your tongue, impetuous one. We night people thrive on moonbirds.
It's the same old story of my life, all over again. When I first met Gwen, and she sort of took a shine to me, I was too busy waltzing around with the Molten Man, the Scorpion, and a dozen other baddies to give her the time of day. But now, with everything all nice and peaceful, and with Gwen sending me into orbit every time I look at her, she suddenly forgot my name.
I can't wait to see Flash's face when we give him his send-off. And speaking of faces and other things, there's MJ.
Hey, MJ, hop in. We're all set. She may not grab me as much as Gwen, but nobody can say that gal isn't 100% Dreamville.
Who needs a car? When there's a party to go to, I can, fly all the way.
I just want to point out that Joker City can see she's not Dreamville.
Yeah.
And now, to prove this really isn't our version of Peyton Place, timely reference, we're gonna skip the entire ride to the soda parlor and deliver you to the scene. 1, 2, 3.
Where's the Coke?
Where's Curious George? That's what I want to know.
He died.
Oh my gosh.
Gwen, you're too much. Did you really arrange the decorations? They're just out of sight. This is one night. Oh, wait, that's you. Sorry.
This is one night Flash will remember.
I never got a send-off like this when I joined the Scouts.
Well, it isn't a Copacabana, but it beats dancing on the sidewalk.
Well, where's the
Where?
guest of honor? What happened to Flash?
Don't panic, pilgrims. The night's still young.
Come on in, kids. You're just in time.
It was so nice of Peter to invite us, Ned. I wonder which of those two gorgeous girls he's most interested in. Looks like the gang's all here. Now all we need is Flash.
Wouldn't it be something if he doesn't show?
It's like Anne Margaret.
It doesn't. You're right.
But then, a moment later,
Get with it, gang! Here he is! Oh, Flasheroo in the living color!
Not Flash
Hey.
the Rod.
this is too much. Someone must have told you I was going to win the war single-handed.
You can't miss, big man. Just pretend the jungle is a king-sized football field.
But don't waste time looking for the goalposts here.
Remember to watch out for your legs and landmines.
He's been a thorn in my side for years, but I bet Flash will make a great soldier. He's got everything it takes.
He's a great bully.
If you say so, Dad, but Mary Jane say, let's not waste that beat, Pete.
Already calling him dad, jeez.
Wow. There's some jokes in there.
Now you're with it, PDO.
Oh, you know it, lady. But I just want to talk to Flash for a while.
Please, no names. The enemy may be listening. This tempo really turns me on. Wow.
Pete, why do you want to talk to Flash when there's Mary Jane right there? No wonder you have trouble with the ladies.
Say, pretty girl, are we going to let Pete and MJ hog the spotlight?
MJ, she was supposed to be helping me give out the burgers.
I'm sure Jughead would help you.
No chick who can dance like that is going to dish out meatballs.
Here, friendly philosopher, I've just resigned.
Hey, gang, look at Gwen go!
Wowee! If we could package that, we'd be rich!
Back, you tigers! Give her room!
No!
No!
Come on, let's hear it for the little lady!
Boy, Flash ought to enlist every day.
I thought you were passing out the burgers, Gwen. Don't fret, pet. I saved a few for you.
Cool it, kids! Who wants food at a time like this?
More dancing! I'm having fun watching!
We know you like to watch!
I'll have another shake with my fries.
And that's the gal I never had time to date.
The hippie
Boy.
shake.
Put your eyes back in your head, Parker. You wouldn't stand a chance in that league. She makes other chicks look like they're off the wall. Although I wouldn't exactly put Mary Jane out to pasture either.
The way MJ is looking at Gwen, there's liable to be an explosion soon.
But not the kind in the war!
Hang loose, Harry. Hang loose, Harry Osborn. You don't know how right you are.
Ba-doom!
If you value your lives, don't let anyone move. His son, the Norman Osborn, is here, and I want him now.
I don't
Wow.
swing that way, Daddy-O.
You
that
do now.
face! That costume! It's Kraven! The
Yeah.
Hunter!
You've heard of me. Very good.
Holy smoke! What happened? What is it?
A man! He punched his way right through the wall.
We
I
know
did.
the other guy just said his name.
Harry Osborn, why does he want him?
It's the hair! Kraven's stronger than a bull elephant. I've got to do something. Oh, but I can't go into action like this. Not as Peter Parker.
You're the one that I want. I recognize you anywhere.
Ooh, honey.
I was gonna damn it.
It's the hair.
You're the one that I want. You're the one that I need. I knew Osborn had his son. It wasn't hard for the world's greatest hunter to track you here.
His fear is multiplying.
I don't know you. I never saw you. What do you want with me?
Back off, mister. Nobody breaks up my party that way.
Quiet or take your legs early.
Somebody call the police. No one here can hope to stop Kraven.
Where's your daddy? Talk! Do you hear? Talk! Nobody can defy me.
He's out of town. I don't know where.
Come on, guys. We can't let Flash rush him alone.
No matter who you are, you can't fight us all. You can't fight off all of us.
I
It
want
can't
help.
stop all of us.
I just want to watch. Back, you fool.
Ooh.
Can a pack of rabbits can hold a lion at bay?
Gave him the backhand.
Can a
What
tree
He's
fall
a little
over
more
and make
possessed
sound?
in Area 51.
Bitch, I put on my good ballet shoes and came down here.
Don't try to stop him. It's hopeless. I'll go for the police. It'll also give me a chance to switch to Spidey. If I move fast enough, I'll catch him outside.
You had your chance. Now I'll take you with me. We'll have some fun, yeah?
Kraven must have had dealings with Osborn when he was the Green Goblin.
No shit. The wise hunter make his prey come to him.
I misspelled pray.
Pray.
Yeah.
That's 3, Stan.
Once Osborn knows that
That's the Rosens.
I just hired Heather Ontos's grandmother.
that explains my outfit. Once the Osborn knows that I'm his son, he'll come for looking for me to his lasting regret.
He looks human, but it's like hitting an elephant's hide. He doesn't even feel it.
Kraven, you always were a party poop. Anyone else would have waited for the refreshments.
The device, voice, I know it. Anywhere.
Besides, no one handed out the burgers.
The mighty Kraven tackling a teenager. Next thing we know, you'll be proving your power by wrestling a parakeet named
Shut up about
Twiddles.
Twiddles. No one cares about Twiddles. You, the one I've sworn to have my vengeance upon. I shall count to 10 and back you.
It's working.
1,
His hatred
2,
for me is so great, he's already
3,
forgotten about Harry Osborn.
4,
Vengeance indeed.
5,
You ought to thank me for keeping you out of circulation so long.
7,
Every time you make the scene, you end up in jail.
9,
Attaboy.
10.
Put Harry Osborn down. That's a good little Kraven.
You've always beaten me by trickery, American swine. But this time I shall wise to your stunts.
You are? Then how come I can still outmaneuver you by a country mile?
For talk.
In the jungle, it is known. The first blow is meaningless. Only the final smashing attack tells the story.
Well, then let's skip the preliminaries and get to the last act. I can't wait to take my bows at curtain time. You capris wearing Rusky. By the way, Nature Boy, did you know you hurt my feelings? I always thought I was #1 on your hate parade. So how come you made such a big thing about wanting Norman Osborn? Ah, so you won't talk, eh?
Spider-Man saved me. If not for him. Pause.
Is that?
It's a woman, so
I think it's Gwen.
Yeah, we better get you out of
Sight,
what is that?
sight.
Out of sight.
Out of sight, Harry. Just in case. Harry, just Harry. Although it looks like Kraven bit off more than he can chew when he tackled Spidey.
I'm not denying that you're probably Mr. Big in the jungle, but this is the big time, man, and you're strictly Bush League here. Kraven's Achilles heel is his pride. The more I taunt him, the more careless he'll be.
Come on, Harry. We'll help you get indoors. The police should be here soon.
Thanks, Gwen. And Flash, you were great. The way you tried to help.
forget it, pal.
Is it my turn to talk yet?
You're
Stop.
Okay, I thought it was mine before. It's people skip over.
Just keep hanging there.
You know, it's not as easy as it looks. Keep talking, Lip Slinger. You're just reciting your own obituary.
Hey, you're missing the whole bit. Like, talk about a happening. If only Petey would get here with his cool Kodak.
Go with him, Betty. Get to some place of safety. Indoors, like a safe place. They have those in schools. I got to contact the Beagle and call in the story. This is a real front page extra scoop.
No, Ned, I want to stay with you. If there's any danger here, we'll share it together. I remember when I went to stay with Peter, how I'd worry whenever he left me to photograph a dangerous story. But if anything happened to Ned, I couldn't bear it.
All right, honey. Let's stay close to me. Here.
And so,
What?
That's right. JJ, without the extra J. It's Kraven the Hunter, back again. I don't know where he came from, but he's battling Spider-Man.
yes.
Yes.
So far, it looks like Spidey's fighting, but I sure can't be sure. Kraven hasn't got his licks in yet. Cat jokes. He's a cat. It's lucky Spider-Man. What's
Yeah.
up? Kraven was after some kid named Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn! I know his father, Norman Osborn. Yes, they share the same name.
He's something of a scientist.
He's something of a scientist himself and a fellow club member of mine. You stay glued to that spot, Leeds. I'll be right there. How about pictures? Any sign of Peter Parker around there? Nuts. Just when I needed him most. Get your coat, Boswell. We're off to see that web-headed fool get his lunch. I hope Kraven demolishes him.
But Spidey's the good guy, isn't he?
Say that again, and you'll be back covering cake bake contests. Now let's go!
You get a big delight with every bite, every cake base.
That was a pretty sweet gig.
Mr. Jameson, is something wrong, sir?
And if it is, what are you gonna do about it, random guy that sits right there?
Since I've only got one more line, I'll tell you to fuck off.
One! Just put a right man on the line. And hold the presses till I call. Don't ask any more questions!
No, sir. Yes, sir. Eat hot death, sir.
And if that pin-headed Parker calls in, tell him not to show his dumb-looking face around here if he hasn't any photos of Kraven for me. Okay? That's it! Get back to work! We've got a paper to put out! Where in the blazes is Boswell?
Right here, JJ.
Well, don't just... Wait, did you forget the last J?
Yeah, so what you gotta do about it, say?
Well, don't just stand there! Let's go!
I love the nightlife, baby.
She said. Meanwhile,
He seems tireless. I can't keep dodging him forever. And yet, I've got to find some way to knock the wind out of his sails. If I can just make him fall from this height. If you want me, Cravey baby, come and get me.
Never call
You
him
seek-
that again.
You seek to kill me. This is not hero. When I was a boy. But
You're
first,
brilliant.
I tell you, once I get my hands on you, too tight yoga pants.
Tis. Didn't anyone ever tell you not to end a sentence with an expletive? I can tolerate your nastiness, but bad grammar? Unforgivable.
You think you outsmarted me, eh?
Nice try, Spidey. Too bad it was a waste of time.
No mere fall can put Kraven out of action. Not while I have agility of Jungle Cat. As you see, I land on the feet.
All three of me.
Yes, we are triplets.
At that very moment, in answer to his butler's urgent summons, a puzzled Norman Osborn, somewhat of a scientist, hails a cab at Kennedy Airport.
I'll double your fare if you can get me to Westchester inside of an hour.
Hop in and buckle up, mister. You got yourself a deal. Make sure you wash your hands. It's lucky we don't have to pass through Midtown. Radio's been blaring bulletins about some Kraven the Hunter tearing up the place.
Kraven in Midtown? Forget about Westchester. Get me as close to that site as you can.
Are you nuts? You probably got traffic backed up like miles around there. It may not be healthy, pal.
I'll triple the fare.
Oh, shit. I'll drive you right now.
Well, the $1 million man was right.
That's healthy enough for me. You know, when I was a boy,
Thank you. I was swallowing some Coke Zero and couldn't have done my line anyway. And as the taxi races along the Grand Central Parkway,
I swear I hear voices talking to us. I defeated every foe I've ever battled. Yeah, I
except
can't let
English.
I'm
What's the
Russian.
second language?
You are racist. It's because I don't speak perfect English. I can't let you be the only one to mar my record.
Well, you won't change the scoreboard that way, big man. You're coming in too low and slow.
That's what she said.
Ooh.
Guess again, you fool. I planned it this way. Look,
Rock,
I kick you.
Ow.
Rockunism.
Now you can fall right into those waiting arms of the blue coats below. Ha! As the world realizes that Kraven is won the greatest hunt.
Are you Morbius in disguise? Like, what's going on here? Seems a shame to spoil such a dramatic speech, Playmate, but that's showbiz. It's real obliging of you to wear that lion's mane getup. You betray Mufasa? It may not be mod, but it really grabs me. Or vice versa. You know, if we could choreograph this routine, we probably could have been a great act for Ed Sullivan.
That's not mod either.
Get rid of his shoe.
Now look, Cravey, before you forget, why not tell me why you're interested in Norman Osborn? Maybe I can introduce you to.
I'll take care of Osborne in my own good time, as I finished you. Or after I finished you. Sorry, Bree. Breathing hard. You've,
Try
Oh,
harder.
it's a sequel. Maybe next time.
Well, I guess it's better than being finished off for bad.
Oh, that is a Zach joke.
Well, there they are, Mr. Jameson, just like Ned Leeds said.
Beautiful!
Oh,
Beautiful! If only they both put the kibosh on each other!
Spider-Man can't be so bad, Chief. They say he helped Osborn's son, Harry
That's
Osborn.
a low-down trick to win public sympathy! He can't fool me!
Of course not, sir.
But
There's one thing you got to learn about us full-time Spider-Men, little friend. We don't just sit around waiting to be finished off for good or for bad.
Wait,
There's
there
that
is
joke
more than one?
again.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Spider-Man?
There's like a dozen of us.
Didn't you see the cover?
Ah! You've just sealed your doom, you glittering fool. I planned to defeat you without any weapons, but now I've changed my mind.
Good. Any change would be an improvement.
I used my crotch shot. Don't
Oh.
worry.
Oh, no. Not
Oh,
that
no.
one.
The glowing light. Look into it.
The rocket.
Look, nipple lasers.
No!
You won't think so in a second. Not after my new ray has drained your strength and reduced your speed. Nipple lasers, activate. Zack,
What? Oh.
the effect is a brief one, but long enough for a Kraven to score his greatest triumph.
Oh gosh, it feels as though all my muscles have turned to mush.
And now the long-waited finish. My relief, my clamor. The big luge.
That's what she said. My brain knows what to do, but my body won't or can't respond.
It'll only last for a little while. Don't worry. All it'll take is one nerve punch, the same blow with which I can paralyze a charging Bengal tiger. There. Now I can finish you at my leisure. You're all set up for the kill.
Puck.
But then, suddenly, the sharp eyes, the jungle-bred senses of the deadly hunter, perceive the arrival of another figure.
In the street below, that figure getting out of the car. It's him. It's Osborn. I found him at last. You want to escape me again?
Harry, are you all right, son? I heard what happened. I came as soon as I could.
Dad, sure, I'm fine now.
That Kraven. Not the term Kraven. No. That Kraven, the man. He must be a madman. Who is he?
You mean you don't know, Dad?
Of course not. I've never even seen. What?
Dad!
You do now belong to me. Do not struggle, Osborn. It will help you. Even though the Green Goblin is dead, I intend to collect the money. He neglected from you.
Goblin? Money? What are you talking about?
Still think you can save yourself by acting dumb like American. Don't be Zack.
Oh,
We'll see about that.
rude.
I'm villain. I'm brute all the time.
Bro,
20,000 doesn't mean that much to me. And I know it's chicken feed to a man like you. But it's the principle of the thing. Nobody breaks a promise to Kraven the Hunter. Nobody.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never promised you anything. I've never even seen you before.
Look at the issues before. I approve.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Because you do break forth well. Like I break your spine now. Don't make me beat it out of you. My jungle instinct can sense when someone is lying, and you. It is not possible. I remember you. I spoke to you, and yet you don't remember. You don't know anything about it. You're telling the truth. I don't know how, but you're the wrong one. Bah! He must have been some trick of the Green Goblins. He did it to confound me. But he's dead now. So I'll never learn the answer. As for you, you're in luck. A jungle beast does not attack without reason, and Kraven no longer has reason.
Thud.
Blast you, Spider-Man. The prize is still mine. Kraven has defeated Spider-Man.
Ah,
Yes!
That ray gizmo is finally wearing off.
Don't worry, I'll be with you in a second. Now, with the past behind me, a Kraven can carve a mighty future for himself.
He's running off, escaping. I've got to stop him.
But before Spidey can make another move,
Osborn! Trying to get to his feet, he toppled off the girder.
Dad! Oh no! No!
Let yourself go limp. Relax. You'll be okay. I've got you. In a way,
You saved me as much as I saved you.
Spider-Man!
What's more the feeling?
No!
Oz-
Spider-Man! I'm a soft, mild-mannered, somewhat of a scientist.
Osborn is out of danger now, but Kraven's gone. Maybe it's just as well.
I thought I was done for. And then, from out of nowhere,
Art-
Spider-Man! Oh, wait, sorry.
Yes.
I thought it was more like Art Gale from out of nowhere.
Easy, Dad. Easy now.
Did you see him? Did you see old Spidey in action? He's the greatest.
Not that you'll be seeing him when you're in the army. Osborn! I saw the whole thing. You could have been killed! Spider-Man tried to murder you, didn't he? But then he got cold feet, right? You can tell me. We're fellow club members. I want to help you. Well, then print the truth for once. Spider-Man saved my life.
Yes.
And you know it. Oh, you're just still in a state of shock. You're not thinking clearly. Spider-Man really pushed you off, didn't he?
Yes.
Whoa.
Jameson, I don't know the reason for your psychopathic hatred of Spider-Man. Wait, sorry.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
But hatred? Who hates him? I'm a newspaper man. I want the facts, that's all.
3, 2, 1. Well, look who's here. Now that the action's over, puny Parker himself.
I didn't have my camera with me. Tried to rent one fast, but I couldn't find a store in time. I guess I missed the whole thing, huh? That ought to sound convincing enough for anyone.
It was a real gasser, Petey. It'll certainly get Flash a send-off to remember.
Of course! I wouldn't want Spider-Man for a next-door neighbor coming in and out all the dang time. Can you imagine it? Come on! Let me give you a lift home while I tell you what a fake that mask-wearing, wall-crawling bug Spider-Man is!
Yes.
Yes.
Da. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. You're leaving tomorrow for the service. I want to wish you all the best, Flash. Something tells me you've got what it takes to come out on top, fella. And I'm betting you do.
You know something, Parker? Every so often I figure you're not as square as I thought. Take good care of the chicks for old Flasharoo while I'm gone here. Hope I'm not squeezing your hand too hard, because a Spider-Man you ain't. And an idiot I am. Finally, the banter dies away. The crowd thins out, and a lonely, thoughtful figure silently trudges homeward. Alone,
Yeah.
friendless, with no female companionship, not even a Russian playmate.
He only swings by himself.
Are you done, Mr. Narrator? Probably my greatest fan. I'm already talking about him like he's dead. If only I could have told him who I really am just once. But why am I thinking of him in the past tense? He'll come back. He'll make it. Somehow. The good guys always win. Don't they? Not him.
Turns out I'm not done. Here's more. Next, the wings of the vulture.
In the wings of the vulture.
Fly away.
And that is the end. Yes, we have made
That
it.
is
once
the
again.
end of the story.
We made it to the end of Spider-Man!
Yes!
Yes.
Yes.
Next
Now
time,
it
get
is
us
time
for
for the-
more exciting stuff.
There just aren't enough swinging happenings in today's comics, kids.
Exciting stuff, bro.
That's right, Cravey Baby. We need more Cravey Baby comments in modern comics.
Yes, we do.
Now it's time to remind you to make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We want to thank everybody for showing up. Jackson Roykirk, Rhaegar, Though I do have to take this moment to say Gwenpool isn't Gwen Stacy, so just have to remember that.
He's not the Gwen Stacy, but it's one of them.
It's
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy.
And now Kraven is going after Moose and Squirrel.
Yes, I have to go at the moose skin squirrel.
One day. But that is the end. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you all next time. And from all of us, and even Spider-Man, last one.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Bye.
Until
Remember-
next time, Puppetine.